Congressman, thank you for taking on this mantle of leadership, bringing us all together. And to my colleagues from across York and Lancaster counties, I am so grateful that you are here today. And to the media, thank you for covering this event that will impact the lives and the livelihoods of so many York Countyans. Since last summer, I have been working with so many of our local farmers, environmental groups, and nonprofits dedicated to preserving and protecting the Susquehanna River to oppose this horrendous project. But why are we here today having to say this? It is because people outside of York County think it's a great idea to throw a massive pump storage facility that would be bigger than the Chesapeake Bay Bridge right in our own backyard. And let me be clear, it is the failed policies of the state of Maryland that is driving this atrocity. And we have had enough. Maryland is not green. Maryland is irresponsible. The Chesapeake Bay Foundation sued the Environmental Protection Agency, alleging that Pennsylvania does not do its fair share to clean up the Chesapeake Bay. They put a massive target on our farmers. And we now, thanks to the county, have the data to prove that York County, and more specifically, York County farmers, are not polluting the bay. But it's really rich, coming from a state that consumes more electricity than it generates. In its rush to be green and carbon-free by some arbitrary deadline, Maryland will be shutting down a power plant that generates reliable electricity for the people of Baltimore. According to the latest information from the Pennsylvania Independent Fiscal Office, Pennsylvania produces 81% more energy than it consumes. Let me repeat that, 81% more energy than it consumes. Maryland is a net importer of energy, and that amount is only going to grow. In a little more than a year from now, the Brandon Shores plant will be deactivated as part of a settlement agreement between the Sierra Club and Talon Energy. It is frightening to think that an environmental group that does not disclose its donors can have the ability to shut down a power plant. This is not only a concern from a grid reliability perspective, it's a national security concern as well. And where do some developers who live 2 hours away set their targets to address grid reliability concerns due to negligence by politicians south of the Mason-Dixon line? Well, they're looking at York County. Specifically, the target is on York County farmers and groups dedicated to preserving and protecting our incredible natural resources. Now, we've seen this playbook before. Holier than thou politicians in Maryland are going to gripe about pollution and the need to be green. It's easy to complain when you don't have to give up anything in your own community. And they do it to the detriment and devastation of pristine, multi-generational farmland that cannot simply be taken anywhere else. They do it to the detriment of historical sites and recreational sites that would be underwater, lost forever. The significant investments and preservation efforts that have gone into this part of York County will literally be underwater, simply because our hypocritical neighbors to the south continue to be a major drain on our electric grid. Again, I want to be crystal clear. Maryland is not green. Maryland is irresponsible. And we are here today, all of us, united as Lancaster and York Countyans, united in a resounding no. We are saying no to out-of-town developers from Berks County. We are saying no to misguided energy policies from out-of-state politicians. And if the developers think that this project is such a great idea, propose it in your own backyard. Or better yet, if our friends in Maryland who would be the only beneficiaries of this project need it, as the developers have alleged, maybe they should identify a location for this facility in Maryland. As noted, York County does more than enough to generate power for Marylanders, to grow food for Marylanders. And I have to tell you, this is a very welcoming community. But to the wealthy developers behind this project from Reading, we are saying, you are not welcome here. Go somewhere else. We stand united in our opposition to this project, and we stand united in support of our environmental, agricultural, and historical treasures. And most importantly, we stand united in support of the people of Southern York County. Thank you.